Hello, welcome back to All for United WFC. It feels like it's been a long time since our last show on the channel, although not a lot has happened in the world of Manchester United women or Manchester United in general, as I'm sure we will talk about. It's very quiet at the moment. Not a lot of rumours, not a lot of things going on, ins or outs at Manchester United women at the moment, which is a lot concerning, obviously, a lot of fans. Something we'll touch on throughout this video, but this video is mainly around 5 things that I think Manchester United need to address in order for the women's team to be successful next season. Coming in at number 1, it has to be, it's pretty obvious and self-explanatory, sign some players quickly. We're coming up into pre-season now. A lot of the players are back in. The European players, or the players at the Euros, will be back in relatively soon in the next couple of weeks as well. Earlier start date to the season and earlier for Manchester United women in general because of the Champions League qualifiers, and still no incomings as of the time of recording this on the 20th of July. So the first one is quite a simple, almost plea to the club to try and just get some players in to bolster this squad. I think when you look at the team as it is at the moment, it's a good squad, it's a good 11, but is it enough to compete in the Champions League and in the WSL if we're going for the top 3 again and potentially even the title? I don't think it is at the moment. So I know there's other factors that hold these things up. Other interests have been reported, whether that's Olivia Smith, Sydney Lohman, Jade Rose, these kinds of players that have gone elsewhere, that have fallen through for various different things, whether that was money or the interest being not as concrete as maybe being reported. But United need players, and United need players fast. Now, obviously, a big part of getting players in early enough is so they can have a full pre-season with the squad, learning masking a system, whatever that's going to be for the upcoming season, and getting to know the squad and the environment in and around Manchester United. And I think as we come up into August, I know it's the Euros at the moment, but I think when we've had tournaments past, whether that's the previous Euros or the World Cup, United haven't left it this long for signings to come in, or we'd at least have heard rumours by now. And I think the worrying thing at the moment, we're not hearing too many names out there in the public. Now, that might be a good thing, and we might see a flurry of deals in the next couple of weeks get over the line, but I would like to see some players through the door relatively soon so they can have that pre-season with the squad, really start building that chemistry that we're going to need in the Champions League if we're really going to push into the group stage of the Champions League and have a successful league season. Those players need to come in quick and gel quick with the other players as well. So number 1 has to be the priority. Get some players in fast. I know there's targets. I know there's players that the club are looking at. They need to just get over the line. So coming in at number 2, we asked our community a couple of weeks ago which positions people felt were the most important, and the one that came up the most was wingers. Obviously, with Jace currently over in America on loan, United are, I would say, pretty short of wingers. We were short even with Jason. I feel like at the moment, when you're looking at the wingers list with Leah Golton, Melvie Mallard, whether you'd class her as a striker or a winger, Celine Bizet off the right, we don't have too many other options. Now, there's a couple of youngsters coming through as well, but we don't have that many attackers just in general. And obviously in striker, you've got Turland and Williams as well. So I feel like wingers, at the minimum, I think 2. Even with Jace potentially coming back from loan, although I feel that's pretty unlikely, to be honest, that she will come back from loan. So when you're looking at it from that point of view, I think it's got to be wingers. Coming in at number 3, and the second most I guess, suggested position by our community, and one I do agree with as well, is a proper defensive midfielder. Now, over the last season, we saw a couple of different players play there. Dominique Janssen, Hinata Miyazawa played there as well. But over the last couple of seasons, we had Hayley Ladd, who kind of got phased out of the team and obviously left to go to Everton in the end. We've not really had that proper defensive midfielder. Now, do I think Janssen can play that? Absolutely. I think she did pretty well last season. But I would like a proper defensive midfielder that knows the role, that is their role coming into the United this season. And I think then you can have that flexibility with Janssen to drop back into centre-back as well, which is where majority of United fans thought that she would be playing when she was signed. So I do think defensive midfield is another area of priority this season. I think when you're looking at midfielders in general, we don't need midfielders. When you're looking at the likes of Clinton and Toon and Narson, so many names, I've not even named them all there, that we've got in midfield. Sibia Rujo as well, who had a brilliant Sevens tournament. These players that are there, I don't think are necessarily defensive midfielders as such. And I just think that's something that United need to address this summer. We had one in Hayley Ladd. We let her go. We need to find another one. Coming in at number 4, we're flying through these, and it's the last position in terms of the top 5 priorities, I think, for United Women this season, and this is right back cover. Now, Jade Riviere, I think most United fans would agree, is the best right back, in our opinion, in the WSL. However, there is a drop-off when she is not playing. It is significantly noticeable when she is not there as well. Now, whether we see Hannah Blundell, who is coming back into the side this season, come in as the backup right back, that is something we could potentially see. I would still like us to see another right back coming in to cover that position, and maybe have Hannah kind of there as second/third choice as well. And obviously she can play off the left, which is where she predominantly played with Manchester United as well. So I definitely think right back cover, we don't want to have a situation like we had last season. Obviously, Eva Mannion was dropping there when Jade was going out injured. Jade's injury record is not the best either. So I think we definitely need cover there. I would like to see Evie Rabchon go out on loan and have a proper I guess, 2-player per position team. We've got that in a couple of areas. I don't think we've got it particularly in right back. And number 5 on the list of priorities for United Women this summer, I feel, is getting some good loans for the youngsters. We saw a couple of the players go out on loan last season. Did they play as much as they probably should have? I'm particularly thinking of Emma Watson. I think she went out on loan to Everton, didn't play as much as maybe fans thought. So I think getting the right kind of loan, it's all very well and good sending these players out on loan, but I feel like they need the right loan that is going to help them develop and help them play. Now, a lot of clubs are obviously getting better in the lower half of the WSL and the higher half of the Championship. So loans are not as maybe attractive to all clubs as it was a couple of years ago. But I do think there's clubs out there, there's plenty of clubs out there that will I guess, give good minutes to these players that are ready to play. And I think when you're looking at the likes of Emma Watson, I think she's pretty much on the verge of the first team anyway. I think she could stay and play a pivotal role in the first team, but maybe one more season on loan is best for her. And then you're looking at the likes of Lucy Newell, Evie Rabchon, Married Griffiths, Kira Barry, these kinds of players that I think will benefit from another loan, whether that's bottom half of the WSL or the high half of the Championship. So that would be the 5, I guess, priorities so far, but it's certainly not all of them. There is a lot more, I think, that needs to be sorted out with United Women this summer. So let us know what you guys think in the comments. Quite a short-ish video, but something I just wanted to get out there, get it recorded and get it out there. Our live shows will be back soon, after the Euros, most likely, when things hopefully start picking up and we'll start getting some of those regular faces that you like seeing on the shows once again, and some new faces as well. So stick with us. It's been a while since our last video. I just wanted to get a quick one out there just to say we're still here. We're still doing YouTube videos, and we'll be back very, very soon with all of those kind of things. If you're new around here, drop a like on the video and subscribe if you haven't already. Let us know your priorities. Do you agree with any of them said, or any other ones that you think are worth mentioning?